So we're officially in the next arc of Boruto TBV Vortex. It's been a long time coming, but it's finally begun. And trust me, when I say a long time coming, that's exactly what I mean. In fact, it's been about 6 months since the Mamushi arc began. Yeah, I think, right? Because didn't it start in chapter 27, and now we're in chapter 34? So yeah, in half a year, Mamushi was defeated. But now, not even taking a break for a single chapter, Ikimoto is heading into the next big threat, if you want to call it that, I guess. But yeah, Code is back, and from the looks of it, he's going to be the main orchestrator behind this arc. Now, last video I did say I wanted to dive into this arc more because I do have a lot to say, especially about each direction this arc could potentially go, according to Kashin Koji. Now, to explain more of what I'm talking about, we gotta look closely into this conversation between Boruto and Koji near the beginning of the chapter. Now, it appears from this panel, Koji is telling Boruto to beware of Code making a move, stating that it's the perfect opportunity for him. Now, if you was to ask me why I think Code thinks this would be the best opportunity to kill Boruto, then I could not give you an answer to that. Especially since he could not defeat, he couldn't even touch Boruto before. And mind you, he's way stronger now because of the Karma Seal. So I don't know Code's logic on that one. Seems he suffered a little brain damage from his previous whooping. Nah, but for real, we look at how the future changes because of Mamushi arriving early, or more like Inojin learning a new jutsu to take him out. Stated by Kashin Koji, these things is what mainly changed the future. So now when Boruto confronts Code, there are 3 main directions the story could go based on these changes. So the first direction the story could go is simply Boruto kills Code. Koji states that this future is the most ideal, since it's already hard to pinpoint Code's location to get rid of a foe like Code who mainly operates in the shadows due to his lack of physical power is monumental. I don't know how I feel about this future though. And when I say that, I'm not saying I want to see Code alive or anything. I don't really care what happens to Code right now. Although I will admit he's a pretty entertaining character through and through. And I guess you could say that because of his unpredictability. Like, you really never know what Code might do or what he's scheming to achieve his goals. He doesn't necessarily get all that far in these plans, but the things he does and all the different approaches he takes does give the story a new light, so to speak. It's like when he made the Clog Rhymes, it was more of a, damn, so how is this gonna turn on Code and bite him in the butt kind of thing. I guess I'm just curious to see how Code screws things up, if that makes sense. And if Ikimoto kills him off, especially without venturing Code's character some more and giving him a proper send-off, you could potentially lose a good piece to the overall plot of the story. Besides Boruto and Kawaki, Code is one of the last true plot elements that is linked to the Otsutsuki, which is how we started the series off in the first place. The Shinju aren't so much, more so just linked to the Ten Tails. I say that because a Code arc could potentially lead us into getting more deep Otsutsuki lore. We should get that anyway because of Boruto and Kawaki, but that will be later in the series. Now that Code is acting now, I feel like it gives us a little break from the Shinju to keep us from getting fatigued of their presence. So Code is useful for that too. And also, I do feel like Code and Kawaki have some unfinished connections that could prove to be very insightful too. If I had to choose, I would probably choose Kawaki to be the one to get rid of Code over Boruto. Of course, I know either one could do the job, but since Code and Kawaki have that history, I just thought it might be a little bit more poetic. Now, what do you think? Would you want to see the story dive deeper into Code and Kawaki's relationship? Or would you rather that just stay unexplored as Code's character ends? But anyway, before I talk about the second option, which is more or less the main premise of the video, I want to talk about the third option because I have discussed that a bit on the channel. And if you remember that video, you're really an OG. But it was about a future, or you could say an arc, where Code eventually redeems himself for being the one who created the Shinju, and finds a way to defeat them, or is a great contributing factor to their death. So this was more or less me telling you guys that I think Code's character could only go in 2 directions. Either he joins Boruto's side and helps them defeat the Shinju, or he dies by the hands of the Shinju or Boruto. And this was before Jura offered him that deal to kill Boruto and Kashin Koji for the chakra fruit. And I still think there's no way he gets it because he has no way to kill Boruto and Koji. So believe it or not, if you've been watching this channel for a while, I did propose this idea before. Now, it's way crazier actually seeing Ikimoto bring it to life. So moving on from that possibility, I want to shine most of the light here on the second possibility. And not only that, the possibility that I think is the most probable to happen. So this future entails Code going after Sarada after he judges he has little chance to beat Boruto in a one-on-one battle. Should this happen, he's going to take her to the Shinju to use as a negotiation piece, knowing he could use her as bait to lure Boruto out. Obviously, I'm saying that this future is the most probable because this actually happened towards the end of the chapter. During the rematch between Boruto and Code, Code retreated after his ambush failed. Now, you can call Code a lot of things, but he's not reckless. He picks his fights well, and he knows when he lost. So if he's not confident he could win a fight, he's going to retreat. He retreated during his battle with Jura, knowing he had no chance of winning. Against Damon, he also retreated. Against Kawaki, he got the hell out of there. And against Boruto, he retreated 2 times now. So he's not the type of guy to stick through a fight knowing how useless it is to stay. But at the same time, he has not given up on his goals. He still wants the chakra fruit, and the only way he'll get it is if he somehow gets rid of Boruto. So whether it's ethical or unethical, he'll do whatever it takes to end his life. And that includes involving Sarada, someone who Code is a little bit more confident towards in an actual fight. So this is Code's next move. He's going to go after Sarada in hopes he can abduct her to take to the Shinju. Remember, Boruto and Kashinkoji suspected Code of eavesdropping on them. He can use the other Shinju to listen in on different conversations because of the claw marks. So this is how he probably knows about what happened to Mamushi, and also what happened to Sarada. Her eyes just took serious damage, she's not 100%, and she's still recovering in the hospital. So Code probably sees this as an easy opportunity to capture her, as she probably won't resort to using her MS. Or at least she might be a tiny bit reluctant to do so. So this is just going to influence Code to target Sarada as fast as possible. And on Boruto's side, Code knows that if he is successful in capturing Sarada, Boruto is going to follow right behind her. The reason for this is not only because Sarada is a dear friend and potential love interest for Boruto, but also she represents Boruto's promise he made with Sasuke to protect her. So he's going to feel forced to rescue her immediately. Even he knows on the back of his mind that Hidari wants to devour Sarada. So there's no telling what could occur in that moment. So I will admit, Code did good with that move. Now the difficult part is figuring out what exactly he's planning to do once he lures Boruto to the Shinju. Who is he going to try and bargain with? If he wants to offer a bargain to the Shinju, then I don't know if that would be a very wise idea. Especially since the Shinju are not obligated to honor any type of deal or agreement they made with Code. They could simply kill him and still take Sarada. So I would say it's mainly for Boruto to be lured with. He's probably going to use Sarada to physically bring Boruto to the Shinju so they could kill him themselves. That would make the most sense, since Code knows that he can't do anything to Boruto, but Jura and Hidari can. He'll use them in this instance. So that means Boruto might be able to be drawn out to get jumped by all of them, Jura, Hidari, and Code, which is a way better plan than Code's initial plan of just ambushing Boruto and slashing his throat. So now things are looking a bit more real. How is Boruto gonna save Sarada and get her out this situation? Well, I'll tell you for one, it won't be easy, and I don't expect Boruto to even go at it alone. This is where his help comes in. Since Koji already told Boruto that Sarada is going to be targeted, I suspect Boruto's next move is relatively simple. Go find Sarada, tell her exactly what's gonna happen, and try your best to protect her. I think it's as simple as that. Remember, Boruto already has an advantage because of Prescience, so there's no move that Code can take that Boruto won't see and advance. The only thing I'm kinda nervous about is the future changing. And when I say that, it more so has to do with how the future changes because Koji told Boruto about the future. You see what I'm saying? Like, what happens now that Boruto knows that Code is after Sarada? Does Code realize that he can't get to Sarada because of Boruto and shift gears to go after Himawari, someone equally as important to Boruto? It's in the realm of possibility, and it's something that Boruto wouldn't expect either. So it goes into what Koji said as well. To know the future leads to the act of destroying it. We've seen it happen multiple times throughout the story, and it would be no different here as well. But if Code sticks through it and still goes after Sarada, I said it wouldn't be as easy as it seems, and I still wholeheartedly believe that. Because now Sarada has more allies than ever, and one of the key allies she has is Ada, one of her closest friends, in which their friendship just gotten deeper the past 10 chapters. And as a repayment for helping to keep her safe against Mamushi, I don't think Ada would allow Code to swoop in Konoha and just do what he wants. Now this is where Damon comes in. He's also going to be a full participant in this operation too. There's a world where that is the case. Remember, the key to this all is Kashinkoji. He could simply tell Ada that Sarada is in trouble, and then Ada just sends Damon, or they both go to be of service. Sarada isn't just some random anymore. She's a dear friend to Ada, and Damon will always follow his older sister. This is massive because it creates a way for Code to be caught and defeated. Even if Code miraculously makes it out of Konoha with Sarada, Ada's center gun will always tell Boruto in the rest where she's at, and also what type of situation she's in. And she also has other allies too, like Kawaki, Himawari, Mitsuki, a lot of strong comrades who could make a difference against any Shinju not named Jura. So in this plan, I don't think Code makes it very far, and I don't see it being successful even if he does make it to the Shinju with Sarada. It's not a situation where you would have to beat Jura, Hidari, and Code to save Sarada. It's more like using Boruto and Kawaki as a distraction to get her to safety. So I think there's a number of ways these next chapters could go. But one thing that I know for certain, whether Code goes after Sarada or Himawari, Konoha has a plethora of different resources and connections that would give them an advantage in this arc. But because Boruto already knows Code's next move, he might be able to stop this before it happens. But Code simply won't stop until he gets what he wants. So unless you kill Code, he's always going to try new schemes to kill Boruto and Kashinkoji. And Code also needs to find a way to find out that Koji is helping Boruto. So even if he has a plan for Boruto, he still is only 50% there. So he has a long way to go. A long way indeed. How do you think Code is going to achieve godhood? What's his next move? And what do you think is going to happen? Will Boruto knowing the future also change the future, causing the timeline to shatter and be born anew? Or do you think Code will successfully abduct Sarada and lure Boruto out? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below. I think this is a good place to stop. That's more or less all I really wanted to say on this situation. So as always, if you enjoyed this video and don't mind seeing more like this in the near future, go ahead and like the video, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you know whenever I upload or go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later. And I'm out. Peace.